Hello, people. Caneshade, that's Friday night. Caneshade has his own show on Friday night called Dago on his channel. Being that there's two games tomorrow on Saturday, I'm going to do the picks today. And here's the thing. Okay, so last week, just so you know, last week I was 7-4. These against the spreads. I was 2-0 in the picks of the week. So if you take the picks of the weeks, and we're going to do a pick of the week here, I'm going to probably do it under over for one of the picks. And I just want to let you know, last week was a good week for me, especially on the games of the week. The first game on that's game of the week this is a great game too. New England at Indianapolis. New England is getting 2.5 points. This is a huge game. If Indianapolis wins it, it shakes up the whole season because then there's going to be a 3-team race all of a sudden from a 1-team race. If New England wins this game, they're in great position to win the division, and you could basically say New England's back. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call this game. This is going to be my game of the week and my pick of the week. With the 2.5 points, I'm going to take New England. New England this year is 7-0 on the road, so they have not lost. Damian Harris is their running back. I'm hoping that he had a hamstring injury last week. It'd be so much better if he's back, but if he's not, I'm still going to take that 2.5. Indy might still win the game by 1 or 2 points, but I think New England's going to be within the 2.5. So that's my game of the week. Do what you want with it. And hopefully I'll continue being perfect in my games of weeks. Okay, next game. Las Vegas, +5. They're getting 5 points at the Browns. Under over is 42 points. This is also a Saturday game. This is the first game to lead off the day. In this game, I am going to take Las Vegas in Cleveland. Las Vegas, this is an absolute must-win. It's a must-win for the Browns, too. But I just think that the spread's big. The Browns might still win it. But I think that they're going to take the game. So I'm going to go with Las Vegas to 5 points. The under-overs I'm not going to name. I'm going to do a couple of them at the end. I pick a couple, but I'm not going to do the under-overs for all the games. You just see the under-overs here. Okay, next one. Washington is getting 4.5 points at Philadelphia. This is a good game. Washington right now is in the final position for the playoffs. They're getting 4.5 at the Eagles. I'm going to go with Washington in the 4.5 points, even though they're on the road. And okay, so we're going to go to the next game. We got the Panthers getting 12 points, and they're playing in Buffalo. That's a lot of points, but the Panthers have been awful. Buffalo almost came back and beat Tampa Bay last week. I think that Buffalo wins this by more than 12 points in Buffalo. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be there yet, but if it's a typical December day in Buffalo, we know how that kind of weather could be. So right now, I will take the Bills, and I would give the 12 points. Next game, Jets are getting 9.5 points in Miami. This is an interesting game. Neither team is really going anywhere. Maybe Dolphins, if they win out the rest of the season, they have a chance to slip into the playoffs, but it's going to be tough. I'm going to go with the Dolphins. I'll give them 9.5. The Jets are always awful. They've been awful all season. So I will give the 9.5 points and take the Dolphins. Okay, here's a game you've never seen a spread this high between the Cowboys and the Giants. They usually play some great games. But as you know, the Giants have been playing awful football this year. They're the worst team in New York now. And it hasn't been pretty. Cowboys are given 10.5 points to the Giants. So I'm going to say to hell with it. I'm going to go with the Giants with the 10.5 points. Only because this is a game, this is probably the last meaningful game this year for the Giants. They would like to win it. So I'm going to say the Giants don't win it. I say Cowboys win it, but not by 10.5 points. Oh, here's another great game. This is almost my game of the week. Titans, even with the Steelers. So I'm going to have 2 games of the week this week. And this is going to be my second game of the week, Titans, even with the Steelers. And I am going to take under the 43 points. I'm not going to bet the spread because it's even, but I say it's going to come under the 43 points between the Titans and the Steelers. So I'm taking the Titans and the Steelers under 43, and I'm going to take New England getting a 2.5 at Indianapolis. Okay, so let's go. Next game. The awful Texans are getting 3.5 points playing against the JAGS, who just fired the great college coach. And it was a surprise, but he was doing such an awful job there. They had to let him go. And they let him go like with a few games left. Usually they would let him finish the season. So Myers had that team in a very bad spot. Nobody on the JAGS respected him. So someone's going to step in here now. The JAGS are 3.5 point favorites, and it's going to be probably the only game they're favored of for the rest of the season. But you know what? I think the JAGS are going to rise to the occasion and win this game for the new coach. I would take the 3.5 points against the Texans and go with the JAGS. That's my pick there. Next game, big spread. Arizona, 13.5 points versus the Lions. Arizona I'm taking. I'm not going to bet for the Lions under no conditions because how awful they are. They only have 1 win this year. So I say Arizona covers the 13.5. Next game, Falcons are getting 9.5 points against the 49ers. That's a lot of points to give to the Falcons, but I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm going to give 9.5 points for the Falcons. I think the 49ers are playing great right now. Samuel's back, wide receiver / running back. So if they're starting running backs out, they're going to be able to go to Samuel and use him. If you play fantasy, you got Samuel. Get him in your lineup because he's going to be at wide receiver and he's going to be at running back. He's the man you want in your lineup, especially with these championship weeks in fantasy. Okay, so next game. Bengals are getting 3 points at the Broncos. Just a couple weeks ago, the Bengals were in the playoff hunt. Then they've had some bad luck. Now they're getting 3 points in Denver. Not sure what the weather's going to be there, so that's important to check it. But I am going to go with the Bengals. They're going to get 3 points. I'm going to say the heck with it. I'm going to go with the Bengals in this game. And hopefully they can win because they still have a shot at the playoffs and they need to win. Okay, here we go. We have the Packers getting 7 points against the Ravens. Usually you would say there's no way that the Packers would get 7 points playing against the Ravens, at Baltimore. You just wouldn't see it. But being that there's a lot of injuries with the Ravens, the quarterback might not even start. So if you lose a guy like Jackson, your starting quarterback, that's going to be a tough one. Here's what I'm going to say. If Jackson plays, I say that the Ravens give the Ravens the 7 points. If Jackson doesn't play, I would say give the Packers the 7 points. So this is all based on Jackson. So like I said, if he plays, I say Ravens will be within the 7th. If he doesn't play, Packers will win by more than 7. That's my pick there. I know it's kind of like a weird type of pick, but Jackson's means a lot. I mean, to have him back there running like a running back, is really important, even though he's a quarterback. So I'm just going to say Jackson plays, Ravens, Packers play. If he doesn't play, Packers cover the 7. Okay, the Seahawks and their horrible season. This is the first losing season in a long time for the Seahawks. And they're getting 6.5 points at the Rams. I'm going to go with the Rams. The Rams defense has been playing great. The Seahawks have not. Russell Wilson, his last 2 games have been good games, but it might be too late. And so I'm going to take the Rams, give the 6.5 points. And also, this ain't like my bet of the week. I already gave you my 2 bets of the week. But the Rams, 47.5 points with the Seahawks. I say that they go over that in this game. Rams and Seahawks over the 47. That's what I'm picking, and I'm picking the Rams to cover the 6.5 points. Okay, here's a spread that you never thought you would see because you never remember the Saints being 11.5-point dogs. But they're playing in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's starting to get it together now. They're starting to roll at the right time. They almost blew the game against the Bills last week, but held on. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to say that Tampa Bay covers the 11.5 points against the Saints. I don't like saying that, but I'm going to say that. Hill, the quarterback for the Saints, he's been doing well. He's been running like crazy, but Tampa Bay has the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL. So they're going to bottle up the quarterback there. I mean, if Hill can't run, what's he going to do? That's what it comes down to. So I'm going to say Tampa Bay covers the 11.5. Okay, let's see. Next game, Bears getting 6. This is a Monday night game. They're getting 6 against the Bears. I'm sorry, not getting 6. They're favored by 6 against the Bears. Everybody's favored against the Bears. So I'm going to say in this game, I'm going to go with the Vikings. They need to win. It's a must win to stay in playoff contention. A matter of fact, they're one of the final teams to make the playoffs if the season ended right now. So I'm going to say the Vikings, you can give them the 6. I'm sorry, the Vikings are -6. They're going to win, and they're going to cover the spread. Okay, so next game. This is for the game next Thursday. Now, we do this because of the fact that we cannot do the game before Thursday of next week. It's the 49ers at the Titans. Now, this is going to be a huge, if the Titans win this week, next Thursday game is going to be huge. And the spread's going to change, I guarantee you that. Right now, the spread's 1 point. 49ers are favored by 1 point over the Titans. And that's next Thursday. If it stays like that, I'm going to say Titans because they're at home and it's Thursday night. Now, let's go back and redo the games of the week. Okay, New England is getting 2.5 points against Indianapolis. I think that they're going to get within that amount of points, and they're going to win the game. I think they're going to win the game by 1 or 2 points. And plus they're getting 2.5 points. I might be wrong. Hey, Indy wins by 1 or 2 points. Don't matter because New England still covers, and I'm right on it. So I'm saying take the 2.5 points, bet on New England. Okay, and then my other game was an over-under, and that was going to be in the Steelers-Titan games. The spread's even on there, but I'm going to say under the 43 on the Titans-Steelers. Once again, under the 43 points. So that's going to be interesting to see. We're going to see what the weather's like. We're going to see a lot of things there. But those are my picks. Those are my picks for the week. And that's pretty much it. It's a nice short 15-minute video. This is your average Joe. And let's hope it's Joe's next week. I'm not sure if there's a Saturday game, but we'll know. Everybody take care. Enjoy the video. And tell me what you make your pick. Guys did it last week. There were some good picks there. Please put them underneath. Let us know. Everybody take care and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy football weekend, Saturday and Sunday, NFL games. Take care, people.